Welcome to English Bazaar. This is my first video. Please everyone encourage me to do more videos like this. So let me start with the poem. A Poem for Mother, written by Robin S. Gangom. It is an heart-touching, heart-soothing, heart-rendering poem. It is an autobiographical poem written by Robin S. Gangom. He was a Manipuri poet. All the words which he has disclosed in this poem are flashback of the poet. Pelame Apokpi, mother who gave birth to me to be a man, how I hated leaving home 10 years ago. Now these hills have grown on me, but I am still your painfully shy son with a ravenous appetite. The boy who lost many teeth after emptying your larder, and I am also your dreamy islet who gave you difficult times during his school days, romancing every girl he wanted, even when he still wore half pants. Pelem Apokpi is the mother of the poet. So let me tell you the meaning of few words. Lad. Lad means boy. Ravenous, extremely hungry. Larder, a room or large cupboard for storing foods. The very first line, the poet begins by addressing his own mother, Pelem Apokpi. The poet says that her mother had given birth to a shy boy who hated to leave his home 10 years ago. Most probably he is now matured enough, so when he was younger he hated to leave home. Now he discloses his past memories. Now these hills have grown on me. He lived in hilly areas, that is in Shillong, which is in Meghalaya. So hilly areas have become a part of his existence. It has influenced him a lot. But I am still your painfully shy son with a ravenous appetite, the boy who lost many teeth after emptying your larder. As I have already told you the meaning of the three words lad, ravenous and larder. Here it's telling painfully shy son. So why painfully shy son? Despite of her mother enormous try, he has not inherited anything from her mother. He remained same. So it was painful for her mother as well as for her son, because the son now understood he is not worthy for anything. He fondly recollects his teenager time, how he used to steal food from her mother's kitchen when he was hungry, and while having the stolen food, he has lost all his milk teeth. And I am also your dreamy islet. That means he is a dreamy boy. Mother's dream is always associated, that is connected with son's dream. Who gave you difficult times during his school days? It means he is referring to his school days. How he used to trouble his mother and gave her difficult times during his school days. Romancing every girl he wanted, even when he still wore half pants. The trouble he gave to his mother when he was at school. Romancing all the girls he wanted, although he was not fully grown up then, as he still wore half pant. It shows that before 10 years he hated to leave home, but that time he developed an infatuation with every girl he wanted. So because of his romance, he troubled to his mother. It indicates that he was not matured enough. So after coming from school, he used to tell everything to his mother happened in school with him. So the first stanza is a recollection of childhood. Now let us move on to the next stanza of the poem. You told your children that money and time do not grow on trees, and I could never learn to keep up with them. It isn't it that I have forgotten what you have come to mean to me, though I abundant much and left so little of myself for others to remember me. You told your children that money and time do not grow on trees. Here the word children's come. That means Apokpi has more than one child. The poet remembers his mother's word that time and money did not grow on trees. That is, it does not come on tree. You have to work hard to achieve or earn something. You cannot acquire it easily. These both are vital things. Time and money does not come itself. You have to earn and utilize the time. I could never learn to keep up with them. It isn't it that I have forgotten. Means he has not followed or paid attention to his mother's teaching, but he has not forgotten it. What you have come to mean to me means you are becoming more important to me as the days are passing by. Though I abandoned much and left so little of myself for others to remember me. Abandoned means left. He had left everything and is living with his limited assets so that others remember him. And the second stanza is about mother's teaching and a feeling of regret. Now let us move on to the third stanza of the poem. I know how you work your fingers to the bone, as all mothers do, for unmarried sons, aging husband, and liberated daughters-in-law. Worried about us for a long time, your lips could not burgeon in a smile. Lines have furrowed your face, and first sign of snow are on your hair. Your backbone, that is the backbone. As we know, mothers are backbone of the family. Furrowed, wrinkles, burgeon, increase rapidly. Signs of snow, that is symptom of old age. All the mothers' contribution who are doing all sacrifices for their children, he has pointed out these out of her mother. A mother who loves unconditionally. The poet remembers her concern about her unmarried sons, aging husband, and liberated daughters-in-law. Liberated means freedom. Freedom daughters-in-law. The poet says not only her mother worked hard for their family, but also she is much worried about them. Here it shows the image of a mother. She is much worried of them, and by performing such responsibilities, she has divided herself by means of smile. Her smile has vanished. She got wrinkles around her face due to attention for her family, and by performing such responsibilities, she has reached to her burden stage. That is the symptom of old age. Her hair has turned white, less with age but more with anxiety. Third stanza is about the recollection of mother's suffering for others. Today as on every day you must have risen with temple bells before cockcrow, swept the floors and after the sacred bath cooked for the remainder of us. I can see you returning every dusk from the bazaar, your head laden with baskets. So let me tell you the meaning first. Laden, which means heavily loaded. Today as on every day, you must have risen with temple bells before cockcrow, swept the floors and after the sacred bath cooked for the remainder of us. Mother wakes up early in the morning, before the ringing of temple bells, crowing of crows, and does the necessity things. She swept the floors in order to clean the floor, and after her sacred bath, she cooked for all the rest of her children. Then I can see you returning every dusk from the bazaar, your head laden with baskets. The poet here clearly sees her mother returning from the bazaar with heavily loaded baskets on her head during the evening time when it is nearly dark. She has taken all the loads on her head for the sake of her children. The fourth stanza is about the poet's visualization of the daily toil of the mother even in her old days. Must you end toiling forever? Means as long as you will live, you will end your life like this by doing so hard work. I am sorry, Pelem, I have inherited nothing of your stable ways or culinary skill. Forgive me for all your dreams of peace during your remnant days. I turned out to be a small man with small dreams, living a small life. Inherited means to receive a quality from your parents. Stable way, household or indoor jobs. Culinary skill, that is cooking skill. Remnant days, last days of a mother. I am sorry, Pelem. I have inherited nothing of your stable ways or culinary skill. In this paragraph, he repents regarding his inabilities. He has not inherited anything from her mother like cooking skills, her qualities, etc. etc. Forgive me for all your dreams of peace during your remnant days. He says to her mother to forgive him because he has not fulfilled the dream of peace seen by her during her remnant days. I turned out to be a small man with small dreams, living a small life. I turned out means I revealed out to be a small man. Small man is not referring to a physical size. It says about mentality a person has. So he has grown to be a very small human being with little money, without popularity, and not worth remembering. The fifth stanza is about the poet's clear expression of guilt at not having provided her with the rest and peace she desires and deserved in old age. This poem is dedicated to his own motherland. If you liked it, please share, like, support, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.